Here.
Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Mr. Butler.
Here.
There is a quorum present.
As you wish, please stand for the pledge and the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk.
Dear Lord, we come to you today, asking your blessing for all things we do, asking blessing upon the decisions that are made. We also, during this last week of the national election, we ask for wisdom and discernment of the people of this country, and that everything transitions, transactions are good, faithful to your precepts, and that we get this election over and people satisfied with it, and all these things we ask in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord.
Amen.
I'm back. That's a scary thought, I guess. Okay, there's your consent agenda. It's been published.
Let me make one comment on
Yes.
this consent agenda. This approval outside council contract, you had already approved, you weren't here, but they'd already approved the general contract, but I got an actual detail, and that's what it approves.
That was on
Nothing
October
changed.
1st,
Yeah,
yeah.
nothing changes.
Yeah. Also on that too, the extension office, that was one that, an average of a week, 6% every year, so that was just put on there too.
I have a question about that. Is that gonna be effective after the first of the year, or is that effective now?
Yeah, after the first of the year.
Okay, motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. We need approval to let the Marines put the collection box downstairs in the building. Motion to approve?
I'll make that motion to give permission for the Marine Corps collection box, Toys for Tots. Thank you, Linda, for setting that up, and that's my motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions? We've done this before, and it's, it's a good thing. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Parker, you want to talk about this? We want to make a change in our mailing system downstairs.
Is it got a red light or a green light? Green.
Green.
All right, I'll just talk loud. All right, I think we talked before in here about this. Our machines are going, they're obsolete by the end of the year. So we use Pitney Bowes now. Well, so we're estimating the machines to be about 20,000 a piece. In 2015, they were about 10,000 a piece. These machines, we have to take care of everything with them. It kind of becomes a pain, 'cause, I mean, we're not specialized in these machines, and they get difficult. So a couple reasons to go to pre-sort. Well, excuse me. One is obviously not having to go through these machines anymore. Pre-sort already picks up here on our location. They work with the collector's office now, and also across the street with the circuit clerk. They do all our mail pickup as it is now. A couple things with this. First off, we're requesting to have this. It all comes out of general revenue anyways. We're just gonna have one account, because we all had separate accounts with pre-sort. It was gonna be in $20 a day, which ends up being about $4,900 a year that we're just wasting by having this invoice in different accounts. So right now we're gonna have it all come in one invoice. It'll come to our office. This will save some work as well. And then a few of the offices, like the extension, we're gonna have them on their own. I'm gonna get with Jane and the extension office to get on a call pre-sort. We're gonna get them all set up on their own account, so that way there's no accounting fee there. And then everything else just comes to, like I said, comes to the treasury department, and then we'll pay out of general revenue. Some other costs that come with Pitney Bowes. Supplies and maintenance is about $4,000 a year. Again, waiving that $49 accounting fee. I just think this is the best for the county, and it's gonna save the county the most money.
Okay. Now, we do own those machines downstairs,
Yes.
and they're quite expensive.
Yeah.
And so we would also ask permission to put those on auction at Purple Wave when we are done with them.
I think somebody could still use them. They won't work for us. I know a couple of the components on them won't work, but I think somebody else, if they buy them, will be able to use them. We're not sure how much we'll get out of them, but they are machines that we can sell.
Make dandy boat anchors, if nothing else. Yeah, okay. Have a motion to approve this?
I make a motion to give permission to change the current suppliers and systems change from Pitney Bowes to pre-sort.
Second.
I'll second.
Questions? Yes.
So currently, no, not all the postage comes out of general. We have it separated out by fund because like the circuit court, their postage is distributed amongst the circuit as well as like our grants that we get
So-
reimbursed. So there will have to probably be some.
So a couple of those offices, and this is what, we've had some meetings on this, I know you guys weren't able to, wish you guys could have on those, we've had some meetings on this, like elections will be an example, they're gonna hand count. Again, this, I know it's a little more work there, but ultimately it's gonna save the county money. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a, might be tough in the beginning, but ultimately I think this will be the easiest route as well, and I think it's gonna save most county, but you're correct, there's a couple of accounts that we've looked into that, we're gonna figure out how, like that will hand count them, and then that way they can submit that to us to get reimbursed. We've talked to every office too, and they don't see a problem with it. I know it's gonna, beginning might be a little much, or a little change on there, but I think ultimately it'll be pretty smooth once we get this thing going.
I want to go on record, I'm usually against hand counting, but in this case, I'll make an exception.
Yes,
Moving
thank
right
you.
along.
And all the mail we send out.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions, comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thanks, Parks, for your work on
Thanks,
that.
Mark.
Appreciate that.
Permission to destroy records. Angie cannot be here, so I'm filling in. There are the records they want to do, they're 5-year-old records. And it's kind of routine to, to clean out the office after this amount of time. So, motion permission to destroy those records?
I'll make a motion, the collector permission to destroy the records of 2019 paid tax receipts, duplicate waivers, address changes, escrow lists, and records.
Second?
I'll second.
Questions? Yes, Rich?
So will the shred truck be used to do that?
I just threw that picture on there. Yeah, it will be a shred truck, probably not that company.
But, so it's not an inside operation?
No,
You're
no.
having a
At
contract?
one time, we burned those. But, at that time, we had an incinerator out at the, behind the jail. But, we don't do that now, but, so it'll be a shred truck.
If I may,
Yes.
I would appreciate if you would consider in the future, if you're doing something like this, have an event for the public, so they may come to the truck and have their documents shredded also, just as a public service. It might be a way to get our name out in the community.
Yeah.
And just a thought.
We'll need to
Pictures
contact
you
that
put
company
on
to
the
see if they
screen.
can do that.
I'm sorry?
We'll need to contact that company first to see if they will do that. It's a good question, good point.
Well, I'm sure there's an answer in there that's yes,
Yeah.
someplace, but,
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm-
sure they're willing to do it.
Yeah.
The question is gonna, are we willing, because like it cost me last week $500 to shred, just some of the balance from August. As long as you guys have got the desire to go ahead and pay for that, I'm sure they can figure out a way to do it.
Well, I just bought a little shredder for the house this past, while I was in the hospital, so.
well, I bought a little shredder too, but she's now 12 years old and her teeth aren't very good.
Okay, all right, okay.
So, thank you for your consideration.
We'll look at that, thank you. Any other comments or questions? Okay, all in favor of granting this permission, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, disposal of 6 old sheriff's cars. And they all look drivable, but I'm told, Buck, that
Oh,
they may
yeah.
not be.
They're nice. Well, we got, 3 Crown Vics and 2 Explorers. And we've got about all the parts off of them we can use, so they need to be gone. I'm a non-clutter type of guy.
Yeah, right, okay,
I want them out of there.
okay. I had to throw a picture of that old Studebaker on
I was
there.
like,
but other
man,
than
you're getting rid of that. I
yeah.
thought there'd be a line at the door.
Still down there, yeah.
Okay, but they're not operable, they're not usable?
No, 2 of them got transmission, the front ends are, they're just, they
Okay.
got 250,000 miles, rough miles on them, they're just time for them to go.
What will you do with them?
Well, I'll probably just crush them. Well, you'll have to,
Scrapping?
yeah,
Yeah.
or somewhere, you know.
Somewhere. Okay, motion to dispose of those cars, please say aye. Motion, please.
Make a motion, we give permission to dispose of the 6 old sheriff's cars.
Second?
I'll second that, but I'd like to have that one on the bottom right.
That's an old Studebaker.
You'll find it, you find it, you have it.
Okay,
That'd be awesome.
I had to throw that on there, okay. Any questions, comments? Yes, Dan?
just for people that don't understand, we would normally sell vehicles on Purple Wave, but they will only take vehicles that are running, and these vehicles are just shells.
You can't tow one down the highway and take a picture of it or
Some of them
something?
have got the engines out of them and,
Okay,
you know, it's just a lot
They've
more.
been-
they're past the point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've used parts off
You've
of them
used
for the
them
ones
as
we
far
got
as
on
you
the
can
road.
use them.
Try to save as much money as
Okay.
we can. Exactly.
Any other comments? All in favor of permission to dispose of those cars, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And we'll keep the Studebaker. Now, let me explain. I did a research to find a picture of a sheriff's deputy, and that showed up on a Google site. I thought, boy, that guy looks familiar. And it was identified as a St. Francis County deputy. So I was hoping Mike would be here. I don't see him, but anyway, there it is. So our guy got shown. Now, anyway, the point is they would like to permission to hire 5 new deputies, and that brings the total up from 88 employees now that are allowed to a total of 93 total employees for the sheriff's department. Motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve sheriff department to hire 5 new deputies, which would bring the total up to 93, which I think right now actually exists, don't it, Dan?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And will this be, are we gonna start the new year or the new budget year, or is this now?
Now.
Okay, that's fine.
I will second that.
Okay, what, yes.
My records show we had 89 approved positions
Well, we did a check,
currently.
we thought it was 88, so.
Well, I think a while back, there was a part-time deputy added, or no, it was the additional maintenance person.
Is there one missing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't
As
there
of
like?
yesterday, we showed 88.
I think when the additional maintenance person was hired and approved,
Okay.
what was that, a couple years ago, it increased it.
And
to
that went on the
89.
sheriff's budget instead of the
Or you
maintenance?
talking about Sean?
Yes,
And he was first of the year.
that brought it up to 89 employees.
He come in
So,
January.
Okay.
That's
I told
total
him.
employees then, he's counted as a deputy. Is
That's
that
just the total employees for
They're
the
sheriff
department.
department employees.
Okay.
So it would go from 89 to 94.
Okay, well, that's,
Okay.
Okay,
Since we already have that, can we just do the 93, because that would give
well,
me
why don't we just add the 5 new?
Yeah, you don't have.
5 new ones, right? Okay.
Okay, let's do it that way, and then we'll double check that other number.
Will those be covered with the prop fee funds?
All the money goes to
Yes.
them, so they'll have to do it their way.
They already are.
Yes.
Well, originally, I know when the first 5 were added, it was specified that they were gonna be covered with the prop fee funds. I didn't know if these 5 would be the same.
This was, part of the prop fee was that we would, increase 10 officers. That makes 10 we've increased on prop fee money.
Okay.
Okay, did I get a motion on that?
Yes, and a second.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor of, permission to hire 5 new deputies, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. No commission meeting next week, it'll be election day, and we're gonna be working in the polls, so encourage you all to vote, go out and do your thing. Next regular, yes. Vote early. But don't, not often.
Not often.
Next regular meeting will be on the 12th of November, and as you can expect here, it'll be right here. Other business, correspondence. Public comments. Departmental reports.
Let me give you a little update when, you wanna go first?
Yeah, I just gonna give an update. Of course, if you didn't know, the Berry Road Bridge construction has begun. They're doing excavation, tree clearing, and all the preliminary work. Ameren was there yesterday moving lines and poles, but the contractor has started. We're hoping it'll be finished mid to late July. The road should be open. They have a window to have it finished, but they began.
That's not the bridge you said they were doing the water drilling for the holes, that was?
Yes, they're
It is.
looking for utilities.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're locating utilities with water drilling. As of Friday, the migration of the Indiana bats will be over and we will not be restricted upon tree removal there.
Do the bats have to clear a calendar on that, or how's that work?
Well, the feds have cleared the calendar for us on that, so with federal money, we gotta adhere to those stipulations. And then also the Sand Creek Bridge is nearing completion. They were pouring the deck, concrete deck on that today. I was there this morning, so it won't be long, it'll be open.
When we talk about water drilling, what they're talking about is using high-pressure water to actually force down the hole and wash the dirt out. Then they put a vacuum in there and pull that dirt and water out. And the point is that that doesn't cut utility lines. If you go in with a power tool, you're going to cut the utility lines. But this pressurized water doesn't do that. So it's a safe way to dig when you're not sure where your utilities are. So I just thought I'd bore you with that.
They were doing that in preparation to drive the sheet piling. Before they drive the piling, they have to know what the utilities were.
I gotta bore you with something, so that's what I used.
Hey,
Okay,
Clay, I was gonna ask you, Sand Creek Bridge, is the finish date December 31st?
I'm not sure.
I think that's when it was supposed to be.
I think that's right, but they're pretty close. I mean, not close, they were pouring the deck today, so all the major excavation's done, they're just doing the finish work now.
Nice.
I would anticipate it be done by the 30th.
Yeah, I think that was their deadline date to have it done.
That's being done by Brock Miller.
Yeah.
Sir?
On the election update, and I mentioned it in the prayer because there's a lot of contentious people on both sides. Hopefully it'll calm down before the final, but we have already voted 5,500 people at our offices on Weber. We sent out 778 mail ballots, 562 have been received. Just for a point of reference, there's about 40,000 registered voters. Some of them are inactive, but about 40,000. We think that there will be 75 to 80% turnout, so somewhere between 31 and 32,000 people, somewhere in that area. So we've already voted about 20% of the voters there, and we hope to do almost a third of the voters before the election. We've been averaging a little over 900 a day.
Let me ask, our official population is 66,922, but you got 40,000 registered voters. A high percentage,
A lot of kids.
not allowing for the kids and the
Right.
non-registered voters. It's high.
It is fairly high, but most people, that doesn't mean they actually vote.
Yeah, but still, they are.
We have 600 that haven't voted in 5 elections, and will be taken off after this next federal election. So I would say the actual number is in the 38,000, but that's about 60-something% of the, which is in line. Most people over some period of time register somehow, some way, whether they vote or not. And now every time you go to the, get your DMV,
Yeah.
you get registered. Anytime you get any social services, you get registered. So a lot of people could get registered and then never use that.
And they may not know it.
Yeah, well, they have to check a box, but that doesn't mean they know it. They're saying, hey, what do I need to check to get this check? To get this service or whatever, and it's check. And one of them is registered to vote. And so we have a lot of those people that are inactive. And we can only purge those rolls after they've refused to acknowledge 3 letters and haven't voted in the past 2 federal elections. So after this one, we can purge some more.
And I expect that official population is way low anyway.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's lower than normal.
I have a question. Are your drop boxes secure and fireproof?
It's a great question. We do not allow drop boxes here in the state of Missouri, so we don't have to.
Did
Yeah, they've been burned
did
in other
anybody
places.
notice in Oregon they got burned? Yeah. How would they proceed with that?
No, I don't have to worry about it. 'Cause we don't have drop boxes. So the thing that's a little bit for me, so many people have been encouraged to vote early, and they've requested mail-in ballot. I would hope, and there's some states that have done that, and I'm encouraged to do this, is that you have to prove that you need mail-in ballot. Because yesterday we probably voted 10 people curbside, you know, that you get in their car and we brought them up and we take out the ballot and identify them and everything. It's a lot safer than just mailing out ballots to people and you don't know if their kids are voting, they're voting for them, anything about that. And here lately, the people request all these mail ballots, it cost us $6 or so in envelopes, stamps, everything to do a mail-in ballot, and these people walking back in. Well, why couldn't you have come in to vote? You know, anyway, they don't give, they just think that they should request a mail-in ballot. In reality, the safest, quickest way to do it is there at the office.
Okay, if you receive a mail-in ballot after the election's over, what happens?
It's already been purged. It's at the day of the election, we have to.
So after, if it's not
We
received,
record it when they come in, not the ballot and what, you know, as far as how you voted, but we record the envelope, the number that it's been received, so you can follow on our website on whether we received your ballot.
okay.
And that had to be done by last week, just for the mail time. They had to request it.
So you can't do that now?
No, but well, I had one yesterday, said, well, we needed mail. I said, well, can you put them in a car? I guess so, then put them in a car, bring them over here, we'll mail them right there, and it eliminates the problem. But we have to take that computer out there to them, they have to identify. But to me, we've had officially recognized who's voting, and that person has a right to vote, compared to just mail me a ballot and hope that, you know, we know that person's registered, but we don't know who's really getting that ballot.
Okay, any other departmental reports? Yeah, Mike?
The Parks Department has a report. Owl Creek is officially open in our soft opening phase, with our grand opening November 4th at 11 a.m.
Thank you. Yes.
I apologize, I didn't see your last screen. Did you notate that November 11th is Veterans Day?
No, I haven't.
That, well, the agenda items would have to be added the Friday before.
Good
at
point,
10, 'cause
thank
we
you.
won't be here.
Yeah, 11, that's right. Okay, thank you, I missed that. Okay. Any other?
Yeah, I didn't.
Anything else? Okay. Now, this is past due, but I dug it up. We are, sales tax report, and we are up 6.07% year to date. Thank you, Parks. Prop P income, we've received 1.9 million so far, basically. And at this time, for last year, our total received just over 2 million. So we're probably a little ahead of last year. And marijuana tax is,
You were gonna take that off. We actually cannot show that.
okay.
Learned at the conference, if you have less than 5 to 7 marijuana stores or businesses in your county, you cannot show reports because people go back into sales tax.
Had no idea that.
We didn't either, we just, you were gone when we talked about this, so that's why we will not be showing marijuana tax here, because we only have right now 2 of them in our county. So
Okay.
we cannot technically show that because
That's
people
a
go
new
back
one to
into.
me. I didn't know
It
that.
is.
Okay.
That was new to me at the conference too, they just.
Folks, that last slide didn't exist?
Yeah.
Strike that from.
While we're protecting businesses, that we can't, that way people can just calculate what they're actually getting in sales.
You're revealing proprietary
Yeah.
information.
Okay, that's a new one. All
I
right.
wanted to say that.
Strike that from the record.
Yeah, okay. May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
You good?